Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. For those that tune in on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, how's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing great. As for me, I'm just hanging in there, brothers and sisters. Just hanging in there. Excuse me. Trying to catch my breath here. But yes, it's one of those days that I guess with this weather and stuff, I've been feeling some aches and pains uh, for about I guess 2 days now around my neck area. But here I am doing this live. I don't know if it's gonna be a long live. I'm gonna just do a short live. I don't know yet. But let me share out this link to share out this live to the groups that I shared to. How you doing, sister? How you doing today? One more share and I'm done. There we are. We're all shared out. So let's see who we got here. Got Andres Carizales. Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to do a live tonight or not. But today I was honoring my mom's 70th birthday. I think I placed two photos. So one, I worked on it because I really don't have that many photos of my mother. Uh, so I worked in this picture and I made it black and white. I even placed it as my profile pic for today. And then I placed the picture of where all of us are in the picture, which is all my brothers and sisters. Uh, the picture was taken like in 1970. Boy, uh, let's see, the 70s. I just can't remember what year. Probably 76. I'm thinking 76 or somewhere around there. Um, we was in Galveston. Like I said, I really don't have that many pictures. Whatever pictures we had, I guess we got them lost throughout the years. Uh, but yes, that's one thing I try to do is honor my mother uh, as much as I can. One of the reasons that I honored her, I mean, I always honor her, is that spiritually I'm able to see her when she's around. Also, now that's why I honored her, and I make sure that she understands spiritually that we love her. We haven't forgotten her. Uh, the enemy, the unseen enemy, sometimes they like to infiltrate to find a spiritual opening to try to attack spiritually. I know I'm going through some things myself, just like my sister's going through something. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop a link for you, sister. If you want to jump on here, I'll drop a link for you. I try to make something out of nothing. That's one thing about me. If I'm gonna have a lot, but I'll make something. If I could, even if I were to capture an image, of possibly her spirit, but I know she's around in spirit because uh, in my investigations, I think it's just a video was so glitched that I wasn't able to capture what I witnessed. But it seemed like her. But like I said, the things that are out there, the forces, they know what's in your heart or what's in your mind. But I think she was letting me know that it was going to be her birthday. This happened, I think, the day before her birthday. How you doing, sis?
Yeah,
And it's just not me. I think like my brother and sisters, they can sense her also spiritually. I'm not the only one, but she does makes her rounds and visits.
yeah. I kind of saw her today.
Oh yeah, what did you experience?
I was like, she was outside, standing outside my window.
Was she wearing the? What was she wearing?
I don't know. It was like it wasn't. It was like really really bright. I don't know, like a bright light outside my window. But I knew, you can sense it. I knew it was her. But it looked kind of like bluish. It looked white, bluish, real beautiful light. I saw it today.
Yeah, I had prayed for her for the Heavenly Father to shine the, keep on shining the heavenly light on her and stuff
Yeah.
like that this morning. Then I placed those photos. I made the picture, black and white. I made it that way out of that one
Mhm.
photo. You know, I can get
Mhm.
pretty creative.
Yeah, I don't have any pictures, just the
Did you
ones
see?
that the
Did you
old
see the
pictures. Yeah,
photo that I created of her?
yeah, I had seen it. I saw it.
It's a nice one, right?
Yeah, but you can't really. I don't know.
Yeah.
Her eyes look dark.
Or what? Yeah. Well, it was a black and white.
Yeah,
It was a.
but
I mean,
you,
it was a Polaroid from back in the days.
yeah, I don't even know how old she would have been. How old was she turning today?
Uh, man, she'll be up there in age. Let me see.
You don't. I don't
The only
even.
thing I remember was she was what 33, right?
Yeah.
33 and 85,
Right.
and we're 2026, so she'll be up there in age.
Yeah.
How many years is that?
Como almost
Let's see,
70, something.
45, and then 20, 65,
Yeah, 65.
70, like 77, somewhere around there.
I think so. I've been sick all day, and for the past days I've been
Something
sick.
like that. I
Yeah,
can't. I'm just doing the math on top of my head. It's just 38 and 85, and then 15 from that is
it's been a long time.
8. Yeah, it's been a long time.
23 and
But
26.
every time I see her, she looks the same. She doesn't look different.
Mhm.
It's like, when she passed away or when everything happened.
Yeah,
This I always see her.
yeah, herself the same. That's when I
Yeah.
saw her when I was in the hospital. That's where I saw her. She looked the same, but she just had wings and a real bright light and all those angels around her. But yeah.
So yeah, when I was investigating out there in the woods, and the video that I tried to debunk, I couldn't even debunk it. It was so glitched out, but there was so much. I mean,
Oh,
interference, but I was able to see as I knew the connection was messed up. and you kept on kicking me off. That I had no signal out there.
Yeah.
I seen her. I seen her going in between some trees. The way the what she was wearing was the same what she was wearing the
Clothes,
day that she passed away. Yeah,
hot pink shirt and the corduroy brown pants.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the brown pants or
Yeah.
they were blue. I can't remember. But all I know
Yeah.
is that's what she was wearing. The same
There were
thing.
brown pants, corduroy brown
But
pants.
then I just prayed, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna give power to something, because there was so much interference that I couldn't record nothing. So, but I know I
Yeah.
seen it visually.
That
So
might have been her though.
yeah, yeah. So she was just looking out for me.
Yeah.
She's probably like saying, "Huerco pendejo, ¿qué está haciendo acá? Salte de aquí, hay muchas cosas malas."
Yeah.
But yeah. So I already knew. Then it's weird because, and then the birthday was today. You know, so
Mm. But I thought,
normally, no, no, normally I'll do something for her. I think I've done it last time too for her birthday.
yeah,
Uh,
that
so yeah,
when I saw her, I've been feeling sick all day, and I sat up, and I was like kind of depressed because it was her birthday and stuff, and I saw her outside my window. It was I knew it was her. I could feel it, and then it like the like she was telling me everything was gonna be okay, you know. But yeah,
well,
it
they
was.
said that the bill is lifting, and when I seen her, I mean, I seen her for a good 2 seconds, 3 seconds. I mean, but I didn't see her like she was in spirit. I seen her like she was
No, I
a
saw her
physical,
like if she was in
like
spirit. Remember?
like I seen her like I'm literally seeing her like she was in physical form.
Yeah,
But
I saw her.
at the same time, I was like, okay, I'm out here in the woods where the shapeshifter skin workers, and I'm having all this activity on my phone, so I can give power of belief to what I'm seeing. But but then when I got home, I said, okay, let me look when is her birthday,
Yeah,
and then it was the following day. So I said, okay, I'm gonna honor her, but I didn't want to give
the
power of
power.
belief to what I was seeing out there,
No, you should let me live.
because of this unclean spirits or DDN demons, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah,
they know what's in your mind. They know what's in your spirit.
yeah.
So they're gonna use that to come up against you to see if we can find a spiritual opening.
You know, when Jennifer was really sick, and I was in the hospital room with her, and she was says, "Mom, I was so tired. I was so tired." And she was like, "Mom, your mom's right there." And I said, "Where? I don't see her." She was she was right there. She's right there, Mom. She kept on seeing her. And Jennifer never met her. She only knows her from the pictures that she's seen. And she kept on seeing her that day. And then I would ask her, what is she saying? She says, she's just standing there, Mom, just, you know, looking at me with a smile. And she kept on seeing her. That was weird. I should have
Uh, Uncle George
been
contact set play something on there,
about him.
about the picture and stuff
Oh,
on
he did.
Facebook. I put it on Facebook. You know,
Mm.
I mean, I didn't tag nobody on it because I didn't know how anybody would feel, but it's on my timeline.
I know, I
Placed it
saw
on
it.
my timeline, and I placed it on my, you know.
I usually, I barely get on Facebook and or put anything on my. Facebook or anything, nothing. That
So, I wanted to just talk a little bit about, how, she was one of those, she had a lot of, all of us, and, we had a rough when we were growing up. I guess poor, right? It was is one word.
very
Everything that we had to work for. Literally had to work for it.
much.
The struggle was real. Was real. You
She
know.
would work hard. I remember she would work more than him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She always was a hard worker. She had a big heart. I remember going to my grandfather's house, and she would make him tortillas to last them a whole week.
a
I'm
lot.
talking costales de tortillas, like
Yeah,
to make them last for a whole week.
and she would make them fast too. Oh,
Yeah, and she would her father. He was up there with like 60 something, still working in agriculture, in the fields. Uh,
yeah,
he would cultivate the land and water the land. That's what he would do for a living, and she would do that and clean this house and do the laundry on the weekends for him. And back then a lot of the clothes, I don't think they had a dryer back in the day. That you had to hang them on the
and
lasso,
and then last one.
on the lasso. We call it a lasso, but it's like a clothesline pin.
Yeah,
You had to hang the clothes like that so it could dry up. Then after she would do that, then she would iron his clothes also. But I think my grandfather would pay her some money for doing that for him and stuff like that. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I can't remember. All I know, we would go over there for the weekend. Think Sundays. I think Sundays. It was Sundays.
I think I think
Saturday
I
and
was
Sundays.
I was too small. I remember him. He used to wear a hat, right? The long sleeve
Yeah.
shirt, but I was small. I wasn't that old.
But yeah, she the little bit of time that we got to spend with her, because she got taken out, and then the time frame. I wanted to check something real quick. Let me see something here. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, I didn't even know I was going to do a live tonight because I've been still feeling some pain here. So I took me some Tylenol and took me a muscle relaxer, half a muscle relaxer, because to me they're pretty strong. The muscle relaxers.
Oh,
So it took me half a pill. Yeah, I didn't want to be on here and start dozing off. Yeah, my mom, she was a hard worker. She took care of all of us. That's why, even though, however the discipline she would give us, I mean, she did look out for us and took care of us, to the best of her abilities. No, we were
but
just kids. We were just kids when we lost her.
yeah,
And
it's hard. It's a hard day today.
yeah, everybody I guess takes it on their own, however they take it. Me, I show it by honoring her. You know, That's why,
I think
I understand, like, when certain people in our family want to say that this and all kinds of things, like nobody honors or nobody there's when I've been honored for freaking years.
no, but I do it too, Abram.
No,
I do it too on my
I'm saying that there's certain
own.
members that will say that about, and I've been honoring her without no shame for a long time.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But
I'm talking about for a very long time. You know, I'm
I
talking
do
about.
too. I pray for her and stuff like that, and I even cry. And but you know, within myself, or if I talk to Jenny, or if I talk to Lupita, but Lupit, I call Lupit my sis, and she was también estaba mala. I really didn't, I just called to check up on her and stuff, and I let her go and get rest, but I really didn't have a chance to talk to her about, mom, that it was her birthday today and stuff, and that's why I was calling you earlier, because I
I
was
didn't
feeling,
even know you called, sis.
yeah, and
I
because
think
I
I
was feeling down,
might have been asleep
yeah,
'cause I wasn't feeling
and
well. But yeah, man, I've been on her for a long time. I remember
yeah,
the time that I was always posting pictures of her and stuff like that, honoring her,
I mean, I
and
honor her in my way. I don't be
people
posting nothing
started
on
getting on me,
Facebook.
talking about leave it in the past. It happened a long time.
Who tells
Certain
you that?
uh, on Facebook a long time ago, one of our aunts, and I was like,
Oh my God. They
they
weren't
didn't
there.
understand
They
because
don't, yeah, they
I mean,
weren't there.
they had lost some loved ones, but not for them to understand uh, that that's what you're supposed to do is not honor another because we're connected through Heaven Love Foundation. That we're
No,
always going to remember them, especially out of love.
nobody knows what the hell we went through. We went through a whole lot.
Yeah.
And they weren't never there. They weren't there. They don't know.
And not just that, other people. I remember when I put a post about certain things, and I guess there was a person from the town where we come from that said something, and then I told her I think she was a judge or something when everything happened, and
Yeah.
I told her, look, I'm just because she was being rude, to me, calling me that I had an opal on my forehead, and I told her,
Yeah.
look, the only thing I can tell you is if you knew what was happening, how come you didn't do nothing about it? I'm more sure you knew because the town is a small town, and I know you all cover yourself with the same blanket. So, but the only thing I have to say to you is that you're going to go before I go.
Yeah.
Are you going to be ready? You're going to be ready to meet the Maker and to go into wherever you're going to say that you did everything what you were supposed to do because you didn't. And that's the last time I ever heard of that lady.
If
Some
if
lady I didn't even know who the hell she was.
if anybody would tell me anything about mom and our family and stuff in my face now that I'm grown, Abram, I swear to God, I'll beat them down. I'll probably wind up going to jail, and I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's how it is. But I'll give an example of how wicked some people are. And I know this is she'll approve it spiritually. I remember because she wants the truth to be said about a lot of things. And that's what our town was about. It wants us to be
Hush, hush.
hush hush, not to say nothing about anything. That's why the people came at me the way they came at me because I was saying the truth, right? So I think one of those ladies that told me, "Oh, you're dramatized and all this crap." It's like trying to make fun of me. But that's the way the brujas work, right? They'll try to target you at, at your weakest point or something that happened, right?
Mm.
Where there's no closure, so that's how they target you uh, through spirits do the same thing, demons do the same thing. They'll use anything, any kind of spiritual opening to
Yeah,
attack.
protect you.
Uh, Sister Mary, I said, Beatrice don't know. She don't play. I'm the calm one.
And I wouldn't care about if they put me in jail. A little vacation, I wouldn't care.
So you see a lot of that stuff, you know. I've seen it when everybody left. When you left to Dallas, and everybody was moving to moved to Dallas. I think we still had the phone on the wall. Remember the phones? The
Yeah,
phones used to be mounted on the wall. We had one first. The one we had was with a cord, but
the
then we
big
started
long
having
cord,
the one that was like a port
the
that
HIM
you could
charge.
walk with it
Yeah,
with an antenna.
yeah. It would ring.
I know if you were there, but it was one evening, like a year after. It was in the year anniversary,
It ring.
and on the 21st, the year after, is the phone rang like around 10:30 at night,
No way, Jose.
and when I picked up the phone, I could hear what sounded like a baby crying,
Ugh.
and then I heard women laughing,
Pinches brujas.
and then you hear like the baby that was crying make this weird noise, and I hung up the phone. It's kind of like they were mocking or making fun
Yeah,
of fun of the situation of what happened in her family. Uh, but in that sensible way, I'm more sure by now because I know how karma works. That karma has come around and done got him in the ass.
of course.
And I remember that, in which I think they did that on purpose, just so there could be a plant of negativity. Like, you know, you want to, what's the proper said? You want to whoop their ass, or you want to take them
Yeah,
out of this world for mocking you or making fun of you. And we see a lot of that here in the community. You know, but our mother, uh, I give you the stories like when we were growing up. She would say to us, "If you start a fight and you
you better
started it,
finish.
the whooping is gonna. I'm gonna give you a whooping. Now, if they start the fight, you better finish the fight,
Yeah,
and you better come out victorious. Because if you're not victorious, then when you get home, that's discipline, and that's one of the things she would check every time. I don't know how many times I would get suspended from school because I wasn't that big of a kid or skinny, but
you were you were always fighting, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. You're I was always getting in trouble. And back then you had to walk with the books, and those books are heavy as hell.
Yeah.
So imagine getting in a fight early in the morning, but you didn't started it. So the teacher said, okay, they asked the teacher who started. Well, the big guy started, the little guy finished it. So
Yeah.
they suspend the other guy, which was Oscar. It was Oscar
Oh my God, yeah.
Gonzalez. Suspend him.
Mhm.
Then they told me to take the rest of the day off, but I can do my homework to be able to get a grade. And my mom be there, just hearing what they're telling her. And when she would say the big guy started and the little one finished it, then we get out of the principal's office. I'm walking with all my freaking books. The walk to the house is a couple of blocks. And you remember, she would come walking. She wouldn't come in a vehicle. Sometimes she'll come walking.
Yeah.
And there I am with a stack of freaking books, like 6, 7 books, and walking out of the principal's office with my mom, and she's like, "Good job, mijo. Good job." That's all she would say. She wouldn't hit me or nothing. And most of the fights is I never started them. There was always people
Oh, it
trying
was
to,
them. You know how they were back then in school,
yeah,
always
uh,
bullying, messing with people, and
yeah,
yeah,
So yeah, I guess you could say I beat up a lot of if if I finish the fight, it's because I won the fight. You know, because she will say if you lose the fight, that's a whooping.
I remember I would never get in fights. The one that would always defend me was Nelly. Remember Nelly?
Mm-hmm.
And she would always, oh no, you're not gonna mess with her. She would always defend me. Or Lupita. She would go and tell Lupita. Lupita would come and get into it and stuff with the the ones messing with me because I was young.
And and all that has to do with the little town that we lived in, man. There was like
It was bad.
a lot of corruption there, a lot of
Yep.
corrupt, crooked little freaking town. I seen a video where it's ranked that is almost bankrupt,
Yeah, I saw that too.
that it might go bankrupt
Yep.
because all the money that got stolen from the people that are in charge.
Yep. It's
And
crooked.
I
It's
guess
crooked little
the other
town.
reason it might be getting corrupt because the flow of drugs ain't going through it like it used to.
It probably is. I mean, all the drugs that there, a lot of
All these
people
little
in
towns down in the
the
border, man, is drug affiliated. People
yeah.
within the checkpoints, people the cops, the sheriffs, and I mean, I better be quiet because then I'll have somebody come looking for me, and which I've had that happen before.
Remember that tells all.
I've had that happen before, because they say I say too much. I mean, when you're talking in truth, you're talking in truth. I've even heard it from a brother in arms not to say too much. Uh, uh, Someone were disappointed with me because I talk too much about a lot of things. Well, they can understand one thing. This is my
This
brother in
is the
arms.
truth.
You didn't get screwed over like I did. Instead of I did what I had to do in a combat environment. I wound up getting sick, and I didn't have no support from nobody. No support from nobody. They alienated me, in which it gave me the I don't give a fuck anymore. That's when I left the military.
Because they
I found out that they didn't give a damn about me. So they wanted me to bust my ass like a freaking mule. But when it come down to them helping me out, they just threw me to the dogs. So screw that.
I remember you'd say, I would tell you, hey, Brandon, you ain't go to work. Hell no. Remember they would come looking for you?
Yeah, they come looking for me.
And I would tell them,
It's like I think I had like 2 weeks left or something,
and
or
I
2 months
would tell them you weren't there.
for my time and then they're like they call me to the office and they're like, hey, and they just looking at me. It was a NCO, the one that was telling me this and that, and then they looked at me and said, you know what, I would have done the same shit you're doing, so get out of here. Let me go back home. I
I
mean,
remember,
it's not like I was gonna stay in, that wasn't trying to help
you're,
me. It wasn't trying to help me climb the freaking ranks or nothing like that. So, what would I want to waste any more time there if they wasn't trying to push me to climb the ranks or anything, but they would just give me a hard time. They were assholes.
and I remember they had sent you to, was it Iraq even? And you were real sick. That was before you got,
Yeah,
before you got out.
they didn't give a shit about me.
And you were, you
So
had,
that's why I talk shit now, because I can. It's
see,
like if people haven't been through it,
and I don't know,
they don't want to understand.
somebody called and stuff and they made them bring you back or something. I don't know who it was because you were really sick.
Yeah, there was always trying to get me in trouble, and they
Yep.
were like, "We don't know who's protecting you up there, but somebody's protecting you because we put in to do this and this to you, but they deny it every single time." They're like, "You got friends in higher places, don't you?" Yeah, that's a heavenly Father,
Yeah.
and I did have friends over there in higher places too. I knew a lot of people, you know.
Oh,
See, in the military, there's a lot of organizations, just like when we talk about well, the people are there's people that work in the units that are undercover, and they see everything for what it is. So they knew that I was a good guy, so they're going to leave me alone. They're not going to do nothing to me if I'm not doing nothing wrong. Now, if I'm doing something wrong, then by all means, do what you got to do. But if I'm in the right, they ain't going to touch me because they have nothing.
oh,
Oh yeah, all the time. Feel proud of. I got. Believe it or not, I got freaking paddled by a freaking midget. We call him Mister Tattoo. Uh, from we call him
from
Mister Tattoo. We
Cincinnati.
call him Tattoo from Fantasy Island. There's a little short guy named Mister Silva. Little short
Miss
fella. He had a freaking midget syndrome, in which he's always mad. Yeah, that little fucker. He hit me hard with two hands. You could hear the paddle go.
I remember him.
It would echo through the freaking the spankings would echo through the hallways.
That was in elementary school or high school or middle school. I don't remember. I remember that one time mom went and got on his ass because I think that they were gonna spank you or they were gonna spank somebody. I don't know who they were.
They
They
didn't
were
spank me. I think it was Lupita. Yeah, that
ooh,
dude. Yeah, he was a midget. He was a midget with a. He was like what, Beatrice? He's short, right? Like
yeah, he died
4'8".
already. Yeah,
Oh, he passed away.
I think so. I don't know.
What did do half a coffin for him?
Yeah, but I
I'm sorry. No, but yeah, I understand you're doing your job, but man, he wasn't there to see that I didn't do nothing. It was the teacher, Miss Guthrie. That's what her name was. The one that looked like a mongoloid.
oh wait, good. I
Uh,
remember him.
she was always sending me to the office. Like, and she would laugh about it too when I wasn't doing nothing wrong. So I already knew that was they were gonna either give me detention hall or spanking. So in detention hall is always 2 weeks. So I said, Screw that, give me the spanking." So I'll take this. I got used to it. Like, yeah, you walk out of the office with your ass numb, and I really didn't have that much of an ass at that time. I was real skinny. So yeah, I felt those. I felt that paddle. Yeah, it's a little short fucker. Excuse my French.
That's funny.
So, mom, if that little fucker's up there somewhere near you, give him some spiritual teachings. I don't know if you're allowed to do anything like that over there, but yeah, he hit me for something that a teacher said that she kept on sending me to the office. Of course, I had a reputation that my mom like believed the teachers more than me. So yeah, she didn't like me, man. If I didn't give her like an answer to something, like you ask me a question, if I don't give her the right answer to the office, you say I'm not paying attention. Yeah. Remember, my mom she didn't play around. Tell her what she did to Mr. Bedoya. Mom, if you're here listening,
I remember
man,
him.
Mr. Bedoya had already disciplined my brother. Every year he was in seventh grade teacher for math. He had disciplined my brother. He disciplined me, and he was going to discipline my sister. I think.
Because I think it's because of the last name, because of the primos.
No, no, no. The reason he kept on doing that is because he used to like my mother when they were teenagers. They were the same age,
Ah,
and my mother had rejected him.
I didn't know that.
So he was doing that
Out
on
of
purpose,
spite. Yeah.
out of spite. So I remember my mom. I heard my mom, and I just hear everybody screaming. Man, I went in there. My mom was beating the crap out of him, and I said, "Mom, what are you doing?" You know, it was my mother. The principals came and all this stuff, and she was like, tell him why you're doing this, you know, blah blah blah." And he admitted it. He admitted it. That that's why the reason he did what he did. I don't know. I think he apologized to her and stuff, but he admitted to it. You know, Mr. Bedoya was his name. Yeah, my mom. She was a fighter, no, Beatriz?
Yeah.
If somebody challenged her, she was from the West Side, man.
She
But
was
she didn't play. She didn't
really,
play.
she was she was real tough.
She did not play, man. Yeah, literally. That's where I get my badass from. I mean, I'm one of those guys I can take a lot of crap. You know, people can tell me whatever they want to tell me, but you cross the boundary and you see that other. If you see the other side of me, it's too late because I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Shh.
But then it's too late, right? Yeah. Si te
Yeah.
buscan y te hallan, pues ni
Yeah.
modo.
Yeah.
It's like poking at a bear. Man, my mom. Just put it this way, uh, mom. Don't come mess with me tonight just because I'm sharing the stories. I think it's funny because I know you make fun of me and some of the stuff I would get into or probably seen the shit that I've been through because you're always around in spirit. But yeah, man, my mom. That was we're playing softball. I mean, little league. I was a pitcher,
I remember that day.
and the guy that was coming up to bat was a home run hitter. So they said, okay, they knew I was a good outfielder, so they put me on the right, see, left field. They put me on left field, and they said to get out there because he normally hits hard. So we switched with the other pitcher, which was in that side. So I got there, and the pitcher he went to go pitch, and I could see my mom over there talking in the back with some lady, you know, I guess her friend, right, that she knew when they were kids, and well, the home run hitter hit the ball, and I cut the ball over the fence. I literally caught it over the fence. Then we got him out. We won the game, and next thing you
She
know, the lady that's talking to my mother
They got
start
into it.
she's cussing at me, you know, saying all kinds of bad words. And I'm looking like this, but my mom thinks I'm pitching. And then I look at my mom and she's laughing too when she's cussing at me. Then I look at my mom and I go like this and show my face. Man, her freaking face turns red. Looks at the woman and the woman's no, Olga, no, Olga. It's too late. She picks her up in
Just
there and he slams her on the freaking station wagon, wraps her hair around her, and starts beating her up. And it's like yelling at her, "No, mom, that's your friend. Stop it."
if I remember that day.
And then she left her alone, you know. But yeah, I'm sorry, Olga. So I didn't know it was your son there. You were that was crazy. You were there, Beatriz, when she did that.
Yeah, I was there. I was small, but I remember that day. Yeah.
Yeah. she got in a fight with her own sister.
Yeah. Both of them got tickets.
Both of them got tickets,
Fines. Yep. They
and
fined me.
she like, look, I got something there on the refrigerator. You know, I want to show. Look what's on the refrigerator. She told me, go look what's in the refrigerator. I want to go look, and he's got a picture of the newspaper. They find her. I think they find her $60 or something like that.
Yeah, for fighting
I
her
can't.
own sister.
How much was the fine?
I think it was that much. Probably
Yeah,
$100 over 100. Hey, she was fighting Jesse's mom. Remember?
fighting with her own
Yeah.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she came out in the newspaper. You know where when people get in trouble, and she posted it on the freaking on the
Okay.
refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't play around. You already knew, man. If her face turns red and she starts grinding her teeth, watch out, cause she coming. She going.
She whooped that ass.
You better run. Say, man, I was running one time. She freaking threw the freaking, I think it was a high heel at me, and I turned around went outside the door, went around the house, and I was laughing. The freaking high heel came around like a freaking boomerang and hit me in the back of the head. It's like she threw a curveball out the door and it came and hit me in the back of the head. So she had some freaking accuracy, man. Whether it's huaraches, high heels, frying
Whatever.
pan, or knives. Tell them about the knife visit in Beatrice.
I don't know what was it. We were arguing.
You're messing with me.
I think I was arguing with you.
You're always messing with me.
We were always me and you were always fighting. I think that was the day that I threw the fork and it got stuck on your back, the fork. I think it was that day, Brent, because we were in the kitchen. No, I think it was that day. And she said, "Come here, huerca cabrona."
Just,
And she hit
I was
me.
running around with the
And
fork
she
stuck on my back.
and I went over there. I knew I was gonna get a beating, but she didn't hit me. She hit me on the head with the knife, and she cut me on the top of my head. But she thought that she had turned the knife over, and she didn't. She hit me with a blade, and she chopped my little hair,
No,
my ears.
that's not what happened, sis. What happened? She was cutting chicken,
Yeah, but she hit me
and
with a knife.
and she said, "Stop it!" And when she said, "Stop it," the knife flew, and
No, she
yeah,
had it.
I remember
She,
the
she
knife
had it
flew out of her.
in her hand, Abram, and she hit me with it on the head. And she thought if she had turned it upside down, but she didn't. And I
My
was
sister
like,
had a nickname. She would call her Marimacho.
because I
And the
was,
reason I'm saying that because she's saying my pinche marimacho is spiritually, that's what she would say. Call her pinche marimacho.
yeah,
Remember when you beat up Robert?
yeah, because I would fight everybody. I didn't care because they would pick on me, and I would tell them stuff back. I was like a tomboy. Yeah,
Oh man, my mom would hit us with the broom, the belt, but the broom, and she like hitting me with a broom.
anything.
The broom with a papalote, with a frying pan, with a water hose, whatever she could get a
Yeah,
hold of. I will
it is.
go. I'll climb the tree to the very top branches so she couldn't hit me. Right? She would call everybody outside to grab a rock, and everybody would be throwing rocks at me on top of the tree.
I
I'd be
remember she
laughing
was,
because not everybody could hit me. The only one that had the good was Jack. He's the one that connect, and I think he hit me and I fell off the tree, and then everybody grabbed me and she came and whooped my ass.
Back then everybody would get beaten. Everybody back then in those days, it would. I mean, I was up to the point that it didn't hurt me. It
Check
didn't
out
hurt me.
Sister Cynthia said Beatriz did that to an ex. The fork got stuck in his back.
It was hanging. It was just moving back and forth
I was running around in the house. I didn't even know. Actually, I didn't even know I had it stuck in my back.
until
I
the,
wasn't crying. I was just running around.
until they said, "But you were picking on me. You love picking on me." But you would get mad because I would be biting my nails all the time. I could be in the bathroom, or I could be in the other room biting my nails, and you would hear it, and you would come and you would start telling me stuff. And I would tell you, "Leave me alone. Go back over there." I'll be biting my nails, but I would do it on purpose sometimes, just to get him mad.
She hit my sister with a hoe.
Yep,
Not with Dana Ortega with a hoe.
with
The
a
hoe
hole
that you use for the
in my
to get the
back.
weeds out of the garden
Yep,
from the jardín. That's what she hit my sister in the back with. She was
yep.
beating on my brother Robert. We were
No,
working in the fields. We were
no,
working in East
that
was it
was
West Texas.
the time that how Lupita never would get hit. Me and Lupita were fighting. We were arguing, and she said, "Come here, huercas cabronas," and then y'all need to ya no estén peleando. And she said, "Come here," because we kept on and we kept on. So she hit me first hard. That thing just bounced off my back, and then she said it was Lupita's turn, and she hit Lupita with that, and it broke in her back. And that was I think the first and last time she ever hit Lupita. And I was laughing. I was laughing. I wasn't even crying. I was laughing because it broke it in her back. That and because she hit her. I was mean. Yeah.
As you get older, you know that saying "los chingazos singran," so you get
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
That you don't feel it no more. But then they come out once you get taller than them, become bigger than them. Then like they'll give you they'll give you this line. They'll grab the butcher knife and they'll tell you, "I brought you into this world. I can take you out of this world."
Hmm.
Remember?
But nowadays it's so different.
Yeah.
There's some that's kids that still get beat and stuff like that. But like back
But
then we didn't know
the
nothing about.
discipline that she had was a lot worse than ours because it was with a whip.
Yeah. Yeah. Because mom's mom died. Our grandma, she died young too, around
I'll
her
be right
age.
back, sis.
Okay. Yeah, my grandma died around my mom's age. She was the same age as my mom. She died of cancer, which- and it was just, they were so young. All my aunts and uncles were so young, and the dad, had them and was raising them. But I think that my mom had gotten married, and then all my other aunts and uncles they moved with their older sister, I think. But yeah, it was so funny. Abram running around with the fork hanging in his back. But Abram was kind of mean too, always picking on me, always picking on me. But yeah, I saw her today in spirit form, but I knew it was her. I felt it.
Yes, those just remember those before you and just cherish the memories, man.
Hey, but I
Oh
remember.
yeah, and you know what? I'll make it worse for myself because I'll be laughing at my mom. And oh man, she'll be like, they grabbed me when I fell off the tree. The branches were breaking while I was falling down, and then I got a whooping. There was times that I was able to land on the ground and then take off and escape everybody because I was fast, but she got me. She's like, "Don't let me catch you, because it's gonna be worse for you when I get a hold of you." Oh yeah. Well, when you get used to that kind of attention, it's like, I was a. I remember when I ran away from home. I ran away from home. They couldn't find me. I was in the cornfield. Oops,
In the
did I say that?
cornfield.
I was in the cornfield. There was a cornfield that was right by our house, and I was mad with my mom, and I said she don't love me. So I want to go into the cornfield, not knowing that there's rattlesnakes in there,
Oh,
diamondbacks. So I'm in there in the cornfield, and I'm laughing and stuff because I see all these police cars show up at the house. They're searching the blocks and with the lights and everything, looking for me. And I think I'm in there for a while. I'm gone from the house. So I waited for the coast to be clear, and then I went to the house and went underneath the house. Houses and pillars. The kitchen used to have a little hole
yeah.
where she would shoot the dirt out, and I was underneath there looking through the little hole, seeing her
And you
crying,
got to.
and I had like a smile on my face, and in my mind, you know, in my mind, I was like, well, now you know how I feel when you whoop my ass all the time.
Uh,
You know, I feel like a those cushions that you stick the needles in there. That's how I
yeah,
feel like. Even sometimes that it wasn't even me doing anything, I still get whooped.
that was me too. But you know what? Now that I'm older, I understand why she was like that. You know what I mean? Because she was going through a whole lot. You know, she was going through a whole lot.
Yeah,
You know, when she when she passed, I hated her. I hated her, Abram. I hated her because of all the beatings and the way she would treat us and stuff like that. I hated her, and I was like, I got beat until the last until she passed. I remember I had said, okay, if she hits me one more time, I'm gonna defend myself. You know, I hated her when she. I hated her, but I forgave her within myself because when I got older, because I understood that the stuff that she was going through, and she went through a lot with him. You know, a lot with him. So I forgave her with it myself. So I can move on with my life. you know, because it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard, but yeah. Oh, well, Abram, I can't be on that long because I gotta get up here in a bit so I can make lunch and breakfast for Gaio for work. And
That was a long time ago. Huh?
yeah,
Yeah, discipline was pretty harsh. You know.
yeah, but I mean that was back in the days. I mean, a lot of people that I knew they would get beat, you know, would get those spankings by their parents and stuff.
Yeah, I was just doing a quick live just to honor her memory. Let me see. So you gotta get up early.
Yeah, I gotta cook lunch and breakfast for Gaio for work tomorrow. Here a few in a few hours, and I took me some medicine, and it's starting to hit me.
Yeah, I was just doing a quick live today. Like I said, I'm not feeling good myself, but I was, yeah, there was some rough times. Of course, who's not gonna like being disciplined, right? But at
Yeah,
the same time, there was a lot of good times too. You know,
yeah.
it all evens out. You get the good and you get the bad times. Because I do remember a lot of good times, just like I remember a lot of bad times. But who doesn't like to get
Everyone goes
disciplined?
through that. Everyone goes through that stuff. You know, the good and the bad times. When we're young, and and it's like a lesson learned because you grow from that. You know.
I was just honoring our mother. You know, just for because I was a little Malias man. I was a rascal. Well, I mean, yeah, I would do a lot of crazy stuff. Like I wasn't an ordinary kid. I remember playing with the red ants. Like I'll feed them. If I find a worm, I'll put it in the red ant piles. I'm talking about the big ants.
Yeah.
Then they'll I guess take the food and take it into their little ant pile into the little hole.
I think I was worried.
Um, I used to play with the bees,
We would
with the
catch the bees,
cicadas.
the bumblebees. Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cicadas. I would put
Shadow.
a piece of thread on them and I have them flying in the air.
Yeah.
The dragonflies would do the same thing too. Yeah, it was a little bit
And we would pick
problem.
them bananas and throw them at each other. Remember?
Oh yeah, the las moras.
Yep. And throw them at each other.
Yeah, mom would get pissed.
That was kind of mean though too. I remember we had like remember those lemon twists? And me and Lupita had one, and she made me mad, and I got her lemon twist, and I broke it. I remember those big old dolls, the standing doll. She Lupita made me mad, and I burned her hair, her doll's hair.
Uh, she,
Ooh.
my mama, she would jump the jump rope with us. She would do the hopscotch.
We were playing basketball
And
too.
as she got older, she tried to race Lupita, but she fell down. Remember?
Yeah, she would play basketball too because we would go play basketball. And your mom would play basketball too.
She would make it in the
Yeah,
net.
yeah.
Yeah, she was my number one fan. Well, she was my number one disciplined person, and she was my number one fan when I played Little League. Yeah, that was crazy how she body slammed Rini's
It
mom.
was.
I think it was
It
Rini
was.
Martinez's mom. That was a friend.
Yeah,
Slammed her.
I remember that day. That was so funny.
But me and Rini was always getting a fight. She always wanted to fight me, and I was always beating him up. But then he got bigger when he was playing high school. In high school, he was playing football, and he's like, "What about now?" He said, "What about now?"
I
Uh,
remember that.
he wanted to
Um,
fight me, and I looked at him and I said, "Doesn't matter. You were big then. You're big now. It'll still be the same. I'll win." That's what I told him. He just laughed.
I remember when.
That's one thing our mom taught us not to fear.
Yeah, she would always
No
tell us if
fear.
they have
No
respect for
fear.
you, respect them. If not, no, que no se dejen. I remember
No,
that.
no fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, I remember that Juan Garza's mom would always go to the house that she wanted Lupita to be Juan Garza's girlfriend, and mom would always tell her tell her stuff. Remember? It was so
Yeah,
funny.
le daba asco, ¿no?
Yeah, because that lady, she looked like a witch.
She was a witch.
Se miraba como bruja.
Cousin Jesse knows her or knew. She was a bruja.
I
There's
remember.
lot of brujas in her town.
Yeah,
Brujas and brujos.
I remember that I would climb the trees all the way to the top two way burn. And mom would say, "Pinche marimacho, bájate de ahí, te vas a caer." But
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen until I went all the way to the top. And I was standing like, yeah, I made it. And then I fell down from all the way to the top to the ground.
Hmm.
No, hombre.
You were trying to be like me, climbing the trees. I could climb the tree real fast to the top.
I played marbles and everything. Tomboy.
Yeah.
Well, it was all you boys and then just me and Lupita.
Yeah, and Julie. But yeah, Julie wasn't born then.
She wasn't born then. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just honoring her today. I mean, I'd honored her all day. I hope there's not a such thing as a spiritual broom or a spiritual huarache or high heel or spiritual. This is probably where my freaking neck is hurting.
She smacked you.
Spiritual, yeah. She gave me a spiritual escobazo. The back of my shoulder and all this is hurting right now. It's been hurting all
Your
weekend.
shoulder. Yeah. Mine hurts every day. Mine hurts every day.
But
That they
I know that she knows that no matter how I can be or how I can pretend I am, she knows what's in my heart, and she knows that I love her, and that's all that matters. Spirit knows a spirit, so that's all that matters. Because somebody can pretend that they love you here, but how many people have been deceived by this kind of people, right?
yeah.
Pretenders. But in spirit, she knows my heart. She knows that me honoring her is 100% legit spiritually out of the love I have for her, in which we can talk about anything. And she knows that we love her because she knows her spirit.
And she's always been with me as long as I remember, because I would always see her when I was feeling depressed, when I was feeling down, when I was thinking of suicide. She was there. You know what I mean? I would see her. She would come to me.
Yes, people don't understand what we went through. The all this course, unclean spirits, demons that came coming after us, wanted us gone out of the face of the earth, but we fought. Nobody knows what we went through. We know that's what makes us stronger.
I saw her in
You know,
Dallas.
was it?
I saw her in Dallas a few times. Probably I probably saw her like 5 times. I saw her even when I about the Ouija board, and I saw her when I was married. She would always come to me, Abram, always when I was feeling depressed and down, and even when I was thinking of, I didn't committing suicide, but this was like before I had kids and stuff like that. She came to me, you know. She was always there, even when I was in the hospital. I saw her. She was there. She saved me. I say, I mean, because that was already, I was bad, and they were coming to get me. Yeah, you know, because this is que estaba mirando Calavera, and she came with her angels and with all the angels and stuff, and she saved me. And that guardian angel that came to me that night that I saw mom, she's always been there throughout my life.
So if she's been there, Jesus Christ, the Heavenly Father, have always been there too. It's just
Yes,
some people, they forget. I want to address a issue that I seen. Somebody posted something of the full corner cob trying to sell minerals or something like that. Somebody posted something about that. Look, I'm just going to address to corner cob. You know who you are, corner cob, whatever aliases you are. Stop stealing my material, man. Stop copying the things that I do. You're not me. Uh, yes, it'll protect certain people if you're on the right path. Okay,
exactly.
if you're in the right path. But if you're doing negative stuff, it's not going to protect you. It's not going to protect you if you're dabbling in the dark arts or doing wicked things. This will not protect you from the deity and the demons. It's about where you stand spiritually. If
Yeah,
you maintain your heavenly love foundation, you're okay. But if you're not and you're doing all this wicked things, there's no mineral you can put around your neck that's going to protect you because the opening is there. The opening is within yourself, within your temple. So stop saying things that you don't know about because I know what path that you're on. But the minerals will protect people to a certain extent. But you gotta have faith and believe in Jesus Christ because He's the ultimate protector. He's just a little bit of extra protection when I hurt. You can grab any item and bless it, blessed through the Heavenly Father, and you can use that as a weapon. But you don't know about these things, so you only say certain things because you steal material or you steal stuff from people, right? Like you try to come in spiritual encrypted encounters thinking that you know something, but you don't know. You're not about the spirit, man, because you're a wicked person and you just do wicked things. So stop misguiding people and telling them that the black tourmaline, the selenite, is going to protect them, right? That it's going to protect them. But if they're doing the same things you're doing, it's not going to protect them. Just putting it out there. That's what I'm trying to say. He's spreading the wrong things out there to this people. You know, he's coming to my channel, stealing content. Then he goes over there and try to say the things like he's somebody spiritual and he's not. He's not a spiritual person. He wants to be, but he ain't. So that's why he reminds me of the wizard that's trying to bribe one of the apostles that he'll give him a lot of money, all the riches in the world, but he has to give him the gift, spiritual gift, discernment. And the
Mm.
apostle laughed at him and said, "You can try to give me all the riches in the world, but I can't give you this. The only way you can gain the spiritual gift, discernment, is by knowing the Heavenly Father." So, well, I don't want to know him. I just want the secrets. Well, the spiritual gives discernment. So, well, I guess you're never going to learn, get the spiritual gift discernment if you don't know the Heavenly Father. That reminds me of Mike thinking he knows what he's talking about, but this they're not going to have they're not going to be able to protect them if the person is doing the same thing he's doing wicked things.
Yeah. Just to repent and let God in his heart.
I'm just putting it out there, stop coming trying to steal into my channel, trying to pretend. There's a lot of pretenders, man. I've seen people pretending to be me and stuff. You don't haven't lived my life. You can try to steal my material, try to pretend you're me, but you're not me. Just like him trying to pretend he's an investigator. He's not no damn investigator. He's not no boots in the ground. I'm boots in the ground because I've been in the military. So he's falsifying himself. He's got a lot of issues. But yeah, he's got some serious issues. Sooner or later, all that's going to catch up to him.
Bueno, Abram, I'm gonna go to sleep for a little while
Okay, sis.
because ya me pegó la pastilla. Talk to you later. Love you. And good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you for having me. Bueno,
All right,
Abram.
sis.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I'll try to. Let me see something here real quick.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, sis.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for jumping on. Yeah, I just was just doing a quick live, memories of my mother. But yeah, I seen that stuff. Somebody posted about Dirty Ike, what he's doing and stuff. I mean, it is what it is, right? But in saying that, that's the only thing I want to address before I go here tonight. And I want to say thank you to those that did pop in here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. And well, there's a couple other guys I want to address, but I'll address them another time. Because I want to still just remain it as no, it was just memories and just talking with my sister. Because you know, a lot of my families have different memories of her. Um, but I am going to give me some rest, brother and sisters. Sorry, I'm not doing my regular long show that I normally do, but I do need to get some rest. Uh, Hopefully, this shoulder here will get better. Uh, but in saying that, I love you, Mom. Thank you to all the members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters for tuning in here tonight. God bless every one of y'all. And shout out to PRT, Brother Josh Turner, Sister Nellie Turner, Anthony, Tony, Sister Madeline. And shout out to everybody that's honoring and honoring their loved ones that are not here anymore. And saying that, good night, everybody. This is Brother Ipsias. Sarnsias signing off Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Peace out.